Oh my god. Okay, so now I think it should be working. Finally. Problem is just that I'm not seeing myself live. Okay, yes, now I do. That's YouTube, that's Twitch. There we go. Now we're live. And I have not the slightest idea why is it not copying the thumbnail over. Okay, so finally there we are. Now for anybody that is coming into the stream, let me know. Write something in the chat so I know that I'm not in here alone just doing analysis. So we are going to go through a couple of pairs, and it's not going to be too long of a live stream this time. Alright, we're going to keep it a little bit more simple for this one. There's already good news for us. Haha. Those are good ones. I heard that there was some kind of war going on or something like that in the comments. Like my buddy Abel told me about it in the comment section, but I haven't reviewed it yet. I haven't responded to you, brother. In case you're here in the stream right now. For anybody that has just joined, write into the chat just so I know, there's somebody going on, and also perhaps I know who has joined. Just type something like here test. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. I'm gonna wait a little bit longer, and I think it's quite smart doing something like this. Live trades will start. My voice is out of sync, you're saying? Let me check that. It's out of sync, you're saying? Let me check that. Actually, it's not. It's out of sync, you're saying? Let me check that. Actually, it's not. I think it's because, hang on, I had the stream running in 2 instances. This could be it, but I don't think it is, because I just checked the stream, and it's kind of not. But, I mean, let me see. My interface, nah, it's also looking fine. But let me know, is it still bugging? Is it still out of sync? Let me know. Thank you for letting me know anyways in that sense, right? And guys, I have a new toy. I have a new toy to play around with. So now I can look very professional in that sense. So look at this. Let's say I'm doing analysis. We have this swing high, we have traded into it, and then from here we are trading low. This thing is just hilarious. I love it, man. I can show things with a rectangle and show you, I don't know, whatever I'm about to show you in here. It's kind of cool. Now, of course, you can also just do that with what we have previously done, right? with the trend lines and everything like that. But I just think this is a neat little tool to have. And it's also zooming in, right? I think how it's doing it, it's taking a screenshot of the current thing and then it's just letting you edit it, just like you would do in Paint type shit. Okay, so I am going to start the analysis very soon. And I have like absolutely no idea why in the world, what's it called? Why in the world the thumbnail is not working off the stream. I tried to do it, but for some reason it's not working again. Anyways, the negative are good. Appreciate it, brother. I mean, there's not really somebody else doing it. At least I don't know of anybody so far. Appreciate it, brother. I hope you can learn from it. Okay, so let's start with the analysis. Okay, so your CHF, let's go into the daily time frame, okay? Are we going for the previous day low or for the previous day high? I mean, this is just a joke, right? Because we have already traded previous day low. We have an entire price action gap. What are you really trying to trade in here? There's no point in doing that. So let's go to the next pair. It's going to be your GBP. Are we trading for the previous day high or for the previous day low? Now this one was, quickly, this one was last week trade. We have hit a take profit in here. If you have not been there, then either check out the last live stream. I've done the entire analysis, or I mean the videos, right? Tons of educational content that you can watch into. Now what I can already see is that we have relative equal highs. So that is already a liquidity point that we want to trade into. However, are we trading for the previous day high or for the previous day low? Probably for the high, because we're already having this movement. However, that's just a 50-50 scenario. I wouldn't even dare to bet on that, because I just can't tell. Now, yes, you have movement onto the upside, but you have a lot of liquidity lower, and this entire price action gap is just not looking phenomenal. If you're just going to look at this from the daily time frame, then right from the start you'll be thinking this is not a high probability day. I'm just building up additional reasons and also information to you to learn about on why this is not a high probability day. But just right from the start, just looking at the daily chart, I could already skip on to the next day. But if we want to look further into it, we also have to understand, let's just say even this candle closed bullish without an entire price action gap. Even in that case, it's not going to be a trade. Why? Now pay attention. This is because previously we have traded higher and we have left one FEG, not traded into it. Now then we have left an FEG in here, but we have traded into it, so that's what we like. But now we have created one more FEG, and either this FEG in here or this one has to get traded into. Because if this is not going to happen, then the market becomes way too inefficient. If the market becomes way too inefficient, eventually it has to return. Now, and also, there's just liquidity lower. On the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, bunch of liquidity combined with an FEG is not just high probability to trade. So we're going to go to the next pair, AUD-CHF. Let's go into the daily time frame. I mean, this entire week, in that sense, or it doesn't even have to be the entire week, but just that day, how are you just going to trade this? And this is actually a pretty surprising thing, right? Let's go back onto the chart months, years at that point. Rarely we have this big of a price action gap. Now it is going to get refilled, pretty sure, right? Either by this week, by next week, at some point it is going to get refilled. But as of right now, we rarely don't have these big price action gaps. So right from the start, this is not high probability. There's logical reason to it. Not just that there's a price action gap. Think of it this way. In your backtesting, have you seen this big of a gap so far? Probably not. And if you did, then it happened just a couple of times. If you have backtest for, let's just say 2, 3, 4, 5 years, this happened maybe 10 times max. I don't even think that it's going to happen 10 times. The very recent point that we had is in here, and even that entire gap is not big as the current one. So let me just quickly show it to you in that sense. If I'm going to put it in here, this is still way bigger, double the size as the previous sort of record in that sense. So also no trade on that one. AUD USD, that's already looking way better. Even though there's also not high probability day, that's already looking way better because all of the other pairs are just looking so shit. This one is looking like a unicorn in that point. But we also don't want to trade it. We have relative equal highs in here. That's something that we appreciate. We have traded into this FEG, so overall the bias is bullish. We have movement onto the upside. But for us to trade onto the upside, so for the previous day high and not for the low, I would need to have candle like in this one, right? Big bullish movement onto the upside. And then from here on, I will be willing to take a trade. Since we don't have that, there's not going to be a trade. So now I just go to USD CHF. Yeah, we have already taken out the previous day low. Let's go to AUD NZD. Same scenario. I don't have to look too much into it. And NZD USD. Let me remove all of that. We're going for the previous day low or for the previous day high. To be honest, probably for the low. And this is basically the best pair of the day, which doesn't mean I'm going to trade it, but it's significantly better than anything that we have seen so far. Now, what I just don't like is this entire price action gap. Not price action gap, but FEG that we have. We have not traded into this FEG, but also combined with a no-wick candle. No-wick candles like to be traded back into at some point or the other. See out of it this way, you have another no-wick candle in here, and price eventually returned into it. Now, of course, sometimes it's going to be sooner than in this one, but eventually it's going to happen. So we also don't want to participate in that one. So for anybody that came into the stream and expected a trade, there's not going to be trade. However, something that I can show you, which may or may not be cool information to you, but we have been making progress on our entire account, which hang on, how much is it? I know that €2 is 10%, right? So it's like 25% now, right? 25% we are up. And I'm going to continue this basically, and we are going to be not scaling basically. We're not going to compound the entire account. I've already told you that previously. When we are at $40, I am not going to increase our basically lot size to 0.02 because I still want to have that buffer. I want to build a way bigger buffer until we're actually able to start risking a little bit more again. So yeah, for anybody that's joined for a couple of live trades, unfortunately there's not going to be a trade today. And I've told you that so many times. It is way more important avoiding a trade than trading a day. Look, and this is the difference between a profitable trader and an unprofitable trader. Anybody that expects a trade and anybody that is today going to force themselves taking a trade, I can already reassure you that you are not a profitable trader. Now, there is going to be new scenarios. Maybe you're trading gold or you have a way different scenario, like a way different strategy. Then yes, this could make sense, right? If you're trading way differently than me. But if you want to trade anything like me or being inspired by basically the entire analysis that I do or want to follow in that sense, then no trade for these kinds of days. Now, once again, if you're trading something else like gold, we haven't looked into gold or futures, then this might be a different story. But in a negative risk to reward scenario with basically my approach to the market, where I look out for the previous day high or the previous day low mainly, then there's not going to be a trade. Hate to break it to you, but trying to avoid you from bad trade setups. But yeah, guys, this is going to be a quick one. I just wanted to do a couple of analysis real quick. And I just haven't looked at the charts the entire day, and I just thought maybe there could be a trade that we can be taking, but there wasn't. So yeah, guys, see you in the next one, basically. And thank guys to everybody who tuned in, right? Currently, I have two watching. One is me, and the other one is whoever. thank you for actually sticking to the end. I really appreciate it. Whoever you are, God bless you, man. Hopefully you'll be healthy. All right, see you, man.